Hello there, welcome back to Planet Zoo. Thank you very much for joining me today. We are back in our safari park. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I hope you are too. So this is what we did in the last episode. So we put this lovely viewing platform over here. Very happy with how this turned out. And so the next thing to do will be this area over here with this adventure ride. So I have just done a little bit more now, just sorted out some of the path work up here, and I've decided, obviously because I've built the platform there with the track coming in this way, it means I've got to somehow either do a tunnel or a bridge. So I've decided to do a bridge for the people to walk over there. Obviously I've connected this up now as well. So I am using the same station and I am using the same ticket office. I don't have too much of a problem with me doing a bit of copying and pasting there. I may just swap things around a bit here just to vary it up a little bit, but I'm very happy with how this ticket office looks. So there's no point me building a brand new one each time. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on using that. So this next episode now is all going to be about decorating this area up here and getting going, working on all of this as well. So there's an awful lot of decorating to do here, and it's going to be a challenge to keep it interesting, to keep it different, obviously, because I've already done essentially the same thing over here. So I've got a couple of ideas of what I'm going to do to vary it up a bit. But yeah, so I'm going to crack on with that. And I'll be right back once I've done a bit more. Okay, so here we go. One thing I have done is create these small blueprints here with some pots and some flowers. There's a couple of different ones and they're kind of dotted around, just to add a little bit of extra texture and detail onto the pathways. But actually, before I just show you what I've done, obviously you can see I've been busy up here. I just got to say that the just as I'm recording this, Frontier have just released the Africa DLC, which is fantastic because it's giving us a load of African themed items, and it's also going to give us some new animals. So yeah, it's great because obviously it's perfect timing for this. I believe I've got a rhino now. In fact, they should be in here. No, that's not one of the African ones. I've just downloaded both the the South Asia pack, I think, which is what these ones came in, and the Africa pack at the same time, because I hadn't got the Southeast South Asia or whatever pack it is that these ones came in. I hadn't got it before, just simply because I just hadn't needed it yet. But I have now got it. Oh yes, here we go. It's the Africa. Oh, look at that. Is that not just the cutest little thing? That's fantastic. Yeah, so this little fennec fox is probably going to be in this park. I don't think I can say no to that, really, can I? What else was there? What other new ones can't I remember? There's a new tapir. I think that's that one, Malayan tapir. Okay, so obviously you're not. Oh no, that was from the Asia pack. Sorry, I'm getting my two packs confused. I know. Either way, it's a new animal for me. The meerkat. Oh yes. Oh yes. I mean, this map is probably going to be way too big to have meerkats, but I might stick a few in anyway, and just it'll be like an Easter egg hunt. Can you find the meerkat in this park? Because it's massive. Is that a new one? That might be a new one. I don't remember a Nyala before. That might be one of the new ones. Well, that was one from the Asia pack, wasn't it? I think. Yeah. He's cool. I like the look of him. I think that's one of the new Africa ones. No, that's not. Okay. I'm sure that was a new one though. Pronghorn antelope. I don't remember seeing that one in there before. I might be going mad. You might just be looking at me thinking, what is this man talking about? He hasn't got a clue. What else was there? Oh, the sun bear. That was one of the new ones, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, that was from the Asia Pack. That's a nice looking bear, isn't it? Okay, I'm sure there was a rhinoceros in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Southern white rhino. There we go. Yes, look at that. So this is the main animal that I wanted to put in this zoo. And now it's here, so that's fantastic. So this part, assuming my computer can run, this safari park is going to be packed with these animals. I mean, it's the entire map, so I can fit plenty of animals in. So we'll have to wait and see how it runs. So anyway, let me show you what I've been up to so far. So let's have a look at the bridge first. So I wanted the bridge, I thought it'd be nice to have this little tunnel going underneath. So that's what I've got here. So the cars pass through this tunnel quite nicely. It's pretty simple, but I kind of like it. Couple of statues, some rocks. So I did a little bit of rock detailing here. Just wanted to really feel like the cars were going right on the edge of the cliff, you know. So that's my thinking there. I think that looks kind of nice. It's just more simple rock work, same shrubs and everything that I've been using before. Just keep it looking nice and random and natural, and I think that turns out pretty nice. So the bridge itself, I wasn't too sure what to do with the bridge, so this is what I've come up with. I wanted a nice solid canopy on the top section here, but then I wasn't too sure what to do down here, and so I just went with these sort of archways that I could hang these beads in, because I just love these beads. I just think they're great, so I've just hung them all over the place along here, and obviously down this side as well. I just wanted it to really feel African, you know, so I've used these pieces along the top, and I know this is an Arctic piece, but it's a nice carved wooden piece, and then these nice sticks here as the banisters as well, and these little canopies. So yeah, it's pretty simple, but it does the job. I think it looks kind of good as a bridge, so I was pretty happy with that. I haven't done any detailing around this bit yet, but I have just worked out the actual gateway system for the cars as well. So you've got one of the gates there, and I've just smoothed out a track that brings it down the cliff face and down to here, and then over on this side I've done the same, so it comes out and they drive down here, and they go right on the cliff here all the way down this side. And again, I've just put the barrier at the bottom and then started a little bit of rock work down there as well to make sure that the animals can't get up onto the top. So obviously there's going to be a lot more detailing done along here, maybe some fencing, because it looks a little bit dodgy. Otherwise you could quite easily just drive your car straight off the cliff. So I'll probably do some fencing of some sort down there, and obviously I haven't got round to doing anything further over here yet, but I've got an idea. Certainly for this circular area over here, I've got a nice idea of what I want to do in there. And the rest of it I will just make up as I go along. And obviously I don't want to do too much detailing, so a lot of this certainly along here will probably be fairly plain, because that's the idea of these safaris, that it's you know, you are just driving through the area where the animals are. So that's yeah, so not too much detailing to be done, but still plenty more to do certainly up here. So yeah, so that's what I'm up to. So it's coming along. Pretty happy with how the bridge turned out. I do quite like that. Obviously I need to do more foliage around just to hide it a bit. So I'm going to go and do that now. So bear with me and I will be right back. Okay, so I've pretty much finished the detailing up on the cliff top here. So you can see what I've done around here. So just done these bits of rock detailing with some foliage and some trees, sort of continuing what I did over here, obviously with the rock work coming along here, but I didn't want to do it all the way along. I just wanted it in little sections like that, obviously sort of matching what I've done here as well. I didn't want to completely fill all of this in too much, so you know, just dotting some low-lying shrubs around, obviously a few trees, things like these, just these nettles and some bracken and stuff around here. Same over this side, just keeping it nice and random, you know, a few little rock formations like that, just really trying to make it look as natural as possible, and again just some simple rock work, nothing too much, just some rocks and some shrubs, the odd tree, Again, around here, just some shrubs, because I don't want to completely block the view. So if you were walking along this pathway here, you don't want to be so enclosed that you can't see out. I mean, that's the whole point of a park like this, is that you can enjoy the views from all over the place. I mean, look at that. You'd love walking around there just looking at that view, wouldn't you? Yeah, so there we go. So that's my theory, is that I just don't want it to be too dense. And so yeah, just continued rock work, trees, shrubs. I quite like what I've done here. So I've made it look like they're in the middle of building a fence. So I put some fence posts in, I put a load of these planks down, a couple of little piles here and there, just like they're sort of in the process of actually putting a fence on here. And then I've continued that down to here. I've done some more rock work here. I'll probably actually continue the fence. I haven't quite finished this bit yet, but I think I'm probably going to do a little bit just along here as well. Again, just some more fence posts and some loose planks lying around. I quite like that. It's kind of makes it look a bit quite realistic, doesn't it? I mean, it's not realistic, obviously, because there would be a lot of security fencing down here in real life, but I kind of like the look of that. And then again, just down here, just finished off the rock work here. Just some detailing around this. And down the bottom here, and then some more rocks up on the top here. So yeah, it's all pretty straightforward stuff, but I'm pretty happy with how that's all turned out. And again, just here, I'll be doing some more along this section when I get to it. But I think it looks good. I think I like the way these barriers work with the cars. I think it looks really nice. And then obviously they just come up around here and drive around here, come up through here, cut it a little bit wide here. I think I might actually need to move these rocks. Let's just have a look when this next car comes along. Yeah, it shows it a little bit close. I think I can get away with that. It's not too bad, is it? But yeah, there we go. So that's where I'm up to. So let's just zoom up and you can see where I am. So basically this island is pretty much done now. As you can see, slowly getting there, aren't we? It's it's a big map, so there's still quite a lot to do, obviously, but we are getting there. So I guess next, I just want to finish off the detailing on here. Like I said, just want to continue this fence, this sort of collapsed fencing idea here, and then I will be working on this bit. So getting this looking good, and then what I've got in mind for this area over here. Obviously, eventually I'm going to have to get rid of things like this because the animals can walk up there, and that's not what we want. We want this edge to be completely cliffed, if that's a word, so that the animals can't escape. I think these two areas here, again, I just need to smooth this out so the animals can come up on here. I think that's the idea. I'm not going to have people getting up onto these two islands, but I want the animals to be able to come up here. So I do just need to sort out some nice gentle slopes for the animals to get up there. So yeah, so let's crack on with that. So I will be right back once I've done some more. So just a quick update here. So as you can see, I've gone along the entire track and smoothed it all out and got the route sorted, got the landscaping done. So as it comes around here, you can see I'm keeping it sort of worn out where the actual track goes. I think that looks good. So up here, this was my thinking for over here. I wanted this shelter in the middle, so it looks like the cars are driving right around it to get a nice view. So this is my own shelter. I've made this in one of my other zoos. 275 objects, mostly these cool African beams. So it's a pretty simple structure, but I really like it. I reuse it quite a lot, actually. This structure, it makes a perfect shelter. So I'll just pop that down and put some bedding underneath as well, so that the animals can come in and lie down under here. I think it works perfectly for this sort of environment. I also put a bit of water over here, again, just to attract the animals over here. It's quite a large expanse here without water in. Obviously I did the same in this corner as well, because most of the water is over this side of the map, so I wanted something to draw the animals in. So obviously there's still a lot more detailing to be done, lots of rock work and tree work to be done around here, but the landscaping itself is done, and I'm really happy with how that looks. So it comes around here, and again I've just smoothed it out, brought it down here, and then this is very flat and simple, and the cars just drive all the way along here and then eventually back up into there. So yeah, nothing too too fancy with this car journey. I've also just smoothed out these hills as I said I was going to, so now the animals will be able to walk all the way up here and get on the top, and then I've done the same just over here. Hopefully this is okay. Anyway, I might need to smooth this a little bit more just to that may be a bit too steep for some of the animals. I'm not too sure until the animals are in. I can't really tell. But I wanted it to look fairly natural. Actually, I think that probably is too steep there, isn't it? But we shall see. When the animals are in, I'll be able to fiddle around with stuff like that. But you get the impression here of what I'm achieving. Obviously, as the cars come around, I can see their wheels are quite buried, so I will have to do a bit more smoothing out and flattening. But I think it looks kind of cool with them going in a nice circle around this this shelter just here. Yeah, very happy with how this is going to look. Obviously a lot of decorating to do, but once I've done that, it's going to look really nice. So there we go. Right, and that's what I'm going to do next. In fact, look, I got so carried away with that I forgot to do what I said what I was going to do over here with this fencing, but I will do that at some point. I swear I just keep forgetting. I get carried away doing all of this. I just, I'm just excited to progress and get going. So yeah, so I'm gonna let me go and do some more now, and I'll be back in just a minute. Then I have been busy. As you can see, I have done what I said I was going to do with this fence. I did that straight away after recording the last segment of video. So yeah, so we've got this continued sort of broken fencing all the way down here. I think that looks really nice. I love this sort of detail, just little realistic touches like this. I think it looks really cool. It's like a work in progress, isn't it? You've even got a beam that's fallen out of the ground there. Yeah, really happy with that. I like that. Right, so as you can see, I have gone along this first segment of track, and I've done some detailing with the rocks and the trees and the shrubs. Again, just keeping it random, keeping it fairly sparse. Didn't want it to look like just the rocks are, at the moment the rocks are sort of following the path of where the cars goes, but obviously when I come back to fill in these gaps or these other areas, I will do sort of random rocks here and there as well, so it doesn't look like the rocks are just along the pathways, which obviously it is a little bit like that at the moment. It's quite interesting doing these piles of rocks and coming up with new variations and trying to make them look realistic, and each one has to look different. It's pretty easy in the end, because there are so many different rocks in the game that you can turn in so many different directions, and then you just have a different combination of shrubs and trees and fallen trees and things like that. So there's pretty much an infinite amount of combinations that you can create. It's kind of good fun doing it as well. So this area here, as you can see, is looking pretty finished now. So again, lots of trees and shrubs and random little rocks and things. The water I've done in the same vein as the last lot of water. So, the combination of these different aqua plants under here, and this lovely mossy stuff with the rocks as well. Some reeds, but a little bit of rock work. Again, just really randomly sort of dotting these things down and trying to make it look natural. Got both types of reeds in here. These ones aren't brilliant because they're not traversable, so I don't like to use them too much, whereas these ones the animals can walk through them. So the rock work, obviously here I did quite a dense bit of rock work here because it's kind of like a support wall. I think that works just fine. Obviously this shelter, I didn't want to do too much around here, so just a couple of shrubs and some big trees, just offering it a bit more shade. I put this alternate exit route here, so the track itself goes to the right and over here and then round there, but I wanted to put this alternate route in here coming off to the left like I did before. Just suggesting that the trucks can actually come down into this area if they want to. Obviously they can't, but for the sake of the look of it, I wanted to do that. And again, just random piles of rocks and things. I think it's looking really good. I think I'm getting the hang of doing this sort of detailing now, and I think I've sort of, I wouldn't say I've mastered it, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping it looking natural and random and wild. This is a cool tree, this strangler fig tree. I love this particular one. Every time I put it in, I just lean it over a little bit more, and I just love the look of it, especially with these sort of vines climbing up it as well. I think that's meant to just be part of the tree, but it certainly looks like the main trunk is underneath, and then it's got this something else growing on it. But yeah, either way, it looks cool. So yeah, I really like that tree. I'll be using that one a lot. So next up, obviously, is just along here. So there's not going to be too much coming along here, really. I don't want any more sort of event areas, which is, I suppose, what this is with the water and the shelter. You know, it's a not a fake area as such, but it's an area of interest. Whereas the rest of this is purely just getting out and going through the animals' grazing areas, I guess. So not too much detailing. I've got a bit of an idea of something that I want to do just here on this shallow bit of river, but I won't spoil that for you. I will probably do that next and show you in the next segment of video. So yeah, let me go away and do that now, and I'll be back to show you what I've done. Okay, right, so this is the end of this video because I have now finished this entire area. So let me show you what I have been doing. As I said, more detailing along this pathway. So again, just keeping it random, trees, rocks, shrubs, all nicely just dotted, you know, making it look natural. You know the drill by now. So this is what I come up with here. So river crossing and a funky little arrow. So obviously the trucks go that way, and I'll show you what I've done over there in a minute. But let's go this way. So obviously this is a fake route, so the trucks cannot come this way. However, I wanted it to look like they could because I've done a river crossing over here. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, actually. So it's a nice solid river crossing, because obviously it needs to support the weight of the trucks. So I've used these big beams, got a couple lying at the side here, sort of spares. So obviously rock formation underneath. I used one of these foam effects as well to make it look like the water's kind of splashing through underneath here. And then I'll just use some rocks under here and a few water plants as well, just to decorate around it. And I think it looks really nice. Obviously I've made it so that the water does actually flow underneath. I thought, you know, I wanted it to look realistic, you know, like the water does actually come underneath it, which it does there. And then I will continue this fake road off this side. Obviously there's going to be another adventure truck ride coming off of this one here. I'm not too sure how yet, but somewhere around here probably, sort of coming down and around, something like that. I'm not sure. So yeah, so I will have it linking with this one, so it looks like they could actually join up, even though obviously they can't. But yeah, I really like that. I'm really happy with how that looks. Really like this bridge. I think it turned out very nice. So yeah, that's cool. And then continuing along the actual route of the trucks, again, just more of the same really. Just, I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to do too much along here. I wanted to keep it quite sparse because this is purely just flat land where the animals are walking around. And so I have just continued with the same, you know, trees, shrubs, rocks, the odd fallen tree, some little details, you know, these little plants here and there. Really keeping it random. Another one of these lovely strangler fig trees leaning out into the water there, because I just love those. The odd dead tree as well. Look, so you've got a standing up dead tree here. Most of them I put lying down, but I did this one standing up. You've got another lying down one there. You know, some of these smaller rocks as well, just dotted around, and then just some final detailing here, just to obviously this is quite a slope here, so I wanted this to really look like a strong bit of cliff to support the weight of the trucks coming up and down here. So again, just putting all these heavy rocks here with the smaller ones, just detailing it, and over here as well. And that's basically it. That may be a bit steep there in real life. I don't think it would necessarily be that steep, but it works nicely. It looks good when the trucks actually go up there. It looks just fine. So there we go. that is that. So I will obviously do more detailing. So you still got these 2 raised areas to detail, and obviously the gaps in between and around the back here. So there is a lot more to do. But at the moment I'm focusing on the main areas before I come back at the end and do more detailing on these. I'm really having a lot of fun working on these adventure truck rides, and obviously the building side of things as well. So that's where we are so far. So I'm getting there really. I mean, that's probably a third of the map done in a way, obviously without the extra detailing, but certainly these bits take up most of the space anyway. So this is the next island, and I've got a bit of an idea of what I'm going to do on there. It's going to be quite interesting. I think it could work out very nicely, and I've got a bit of an idea of a new viewing platform that I want to do connected to this island. I've also got ideas of what I'm going to do over on this island. Not sure what I'm going to do on this one yet. We'll see. I've got all sorts of ideas. I'm quite excited to crack on with my idea for this island. So that is what I am going to do next. So yes, there we go. So that's I think I'm really happy with how this is looking so far. It's going to be a lot of fun once I actually get some animals in the park. If I can get animals in the park, we shall see. I mean, this might just end up being a big empty safari park. But yeah, I mean, when you see these cars coming through, it really feels like a safari park, doesn't it? I hope it does anyway. Or ignore the fact that they're driving half in the ground. It's really hard to smooth that ground out properly, so that doesn't happen. But what do you think? Do you think this is too steep? It probably is a bit too steep, isn't it? But then, you know, the trucks drive up it, so yeah, whatever. I'm okay with it. I don't mind it. Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. I quite like it. So there we go. That is going to do it for this video, I think. So yeah, very happy. Right. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you're enjoying this series, and I appreciate that it's fairly repetitive at the moment. The next episode will be more interesting because there is building work that's going to be going on here, and I appreciate when I do episodes that are mostly just the detailing of the nature side of things and the landscaping. I appreciate it's not as interesting, but I'm trying to make it as interesting as I can. Unfortunately it's just the result of the process of how I'm doing the park. I would love it if I could just have the barriers up already and have the animals walking around already, but it's just not realistic. I just can't do it with my computer the way it is. The game just won't work, and I won't be able to do my building. So unfortunately that is not going to work, and I kind of like that I'm going to leave it till the end to put the animals in, so it'll be like the big finale to the whole project. We'll be putting the animals in. But there we go. So it is what it is. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I hope you're having a bit of fun watching me do it. And I'm going to be doing some more building in the next episode, I promise, on this this raised island in the middle here. So I promise there's going to be something a bit more interesting in the next episode. You know, and hopefully you like listening to me jabber on as well. Who knows? Or maybe you hate the sound of my voice. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you're well and that you stay safe. So please do join me in the next one. But until then, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.